Hello everyone, Diana here. In this segment, I trip over my tongue a lot. In this segment, we're going to cover the surprising causes of overweight and obesity, causes for gaining weight and maintaining weight, including obesity. And again, like always, I've got my notes over here. I apologize for the glare on my glasses. I don't know. I tried changing see if I could change the backlight on this thing, but I can't. So I apologize for that. I'm going to try to... Okay, there we go. Not too much glare. So I'm going to try and do this without much glare, but I've got to use my notes again, because if I don't, I'm going to go off on tangents, and this video is going to be 2 hours, and who's got that time? Okay, so surprising causes. The weight problem in America, as far as I'm concerned, is not so much about what we do eat, not really what we are eating. It's more about what we are not eating. It's what we're not putting in our bodies. The body is a magnificent piece of machinery. It is designed to withstand and overcome just about everything, including junk food. Or whatever foods that today we determine are bad for you, which changes by the decade, by the way. For any of you young people out there, let me just tell you that. It's going to change by the decade what's considered bad. But it's designed to withstand and overcome absolutely everything, as long as it has everything that it needs. And there's you'll find a whole lot of supplements and products out there in the world. I'm also having a problem with my hair today. You'll find a lot of supplements and products out there in the world that are going to tell you, in order to get all the nutrition that you need, you have to eat this truckload of food every single day. That's garbage. That's garbage. To have what you need every day, you might need to eat, a small portion of a truckload size for the week. What we have to have in our bodies every single day doesn't have to be put into our bodies every single day. It wasn't designed that way. Things stick around for a long time, so they'll stay in your body for a day or two. Some things don't. Some things you want to put in repeatedly day after day, such as green foods. You want green foods day after day. Maybe some red foods, but you don't have to eat that truckload of food. I'm here to tell you, I'm healthy. For 20 years, I've been told that I'm one of the healthiest people that my doctors see and other healthcare professionals. I get my organs checked all the time. Anybody who knows me knows that I'm really not obsessed, but I'm really concerned about my organs, because things can go wrong and you won't get any symptoms for it. So, and here I am going off on a tangent, like I told you I would do, and I'm using notes. Okay. So I'm going to go back to my notes here. So when your body has everything that it needs, it's going to do what it's supposed to do. And not just nutrition, but it means nutrition. Also rest and peace in your life, stable moods, and more. So it's got a lot more to do than just food. And if your body had absolutely everything that it always needed all the time, then it will always do what it's supposed to be doing. All of your organs will be doing what they're supposed to be doing. And that means maintaining healthy, efficient organs and weight. Because a healthy body cannot be an overweight body. And I know that there's a lot of you out there that will argue with me about that, and you'll tell me that, your doctors tell you that you're healthy, you feel healthy, and I know I've seen many overweight people. They've got great color to their skin, and this is a really, really good start. But if your organs were doing everything that they were supposed to be doing, they would not be storing body fat. Am I shaking? I am. They wouldn't be storing body fat if they were doing everything that they were supposed to be doing. So just think about that. Just consider for a minute that, for those of you who believe that you're healthy and you're overweight, consider just for a minute, what would it mean if you realized, discovered, or admitted that something within you was not healthy, and that you needed to add stuff in order to make that healthy? See, it's in adding that we don't end up with a mentality of deprivation, lack, and limitation. Who wants that? We're here once and for a very short period of time. So we don't want lack and limitation. We don't want deprivation. We want to live freely and have a good time and enjoy life. And so that's why I always talk about like adding. It's about adding. Add peace, add joy, add laughter, add food, add nutrition. So when we're adding, this keeps us away from the thought of lack and limitation. It keeps us away from the mentality or the subconscious mentality of deprivation and keeps us in a place of feeling abundant. Okay, and there's a huge difference. Of course you want to feel abundant. That means you feel like you've got everything and life is great and wonderful, right? Who doesn't want that? All right. But when our bodies don't have what they need, they become sluggish, they become overweight, and they become sick. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that all bodies that are, their optimal weight are healthy. We know that's not true. There are many people that are in optimal weight and are not healthy on the inside, But what I am saying is, so you can't tell to look at somebody who's in optimal weight that they are definitely healthy or they're definitely not healthy. But you can tell to look at somebody who's overweight that there is definitely something not working right inside of them. And that's what it comes down to. And it's not always the same for everybody. So we're going to cover some causes of gaining weight and causes of maintaining weight, and maybe this will enlighten you a little bit. Maybe through the course of me reading off these things, you're going to be like, "Ooh, you know what? Yeah, I've got a bit of a problem with that," or "Yeah, I'm not sleeping right," or you might be able to relate to something. Okay. So some of the causes, just gonna kind of like list them, just like a list. I'm really having an issue with my hair. Okay, I'll save my hair, except for just wow. All right, causes of gaining weight and maintaining weight. One, and for me, I believe this is the biggest, is a lack of nutrition. We're starving. For as much as we're eating more than we ever ate before. But we're getting less nutrition than we ever had before. Therefore, our bodies, our brains, our organs are starving. Another cause, and this might surprise some of you, but there's a whole lot of science backing this up. But a cause for being overweight, and one of the biggest causes of obesity, is weight loss diets. That's right. Weight loss diets. And there's a lot of scientific studies. Go over to PubMed and run searches through, and you're going to find a lot of studies that show that decreasing fat, decreasing calories, cutting things out, these weight loss diets will ultimately, in the end, have you weighing more than what you weighed before you started. You might lose some weight initially, and you might keep it off for a while, but in the end, it's going to come back, and then some. Okay, another cause for gaining weight and maintaining weight. Again, this might come as a surprise to some of you, but it's the artificial sweeteners. These do amazing havoc in your body. They wreak havoc so bad in your body. But think about it. We're supposed to be putting foods into our bodies. And these artificial sweeteners, these are man-made things. They don't come from the ground. They don't come from animals. They don't come from anything natural. And so when they go into the body, they wreak havoc. And my big thing is always, if you're on artificial sweeteners, get off them. I would rather you have regular sugar, because at least with regular sugar, you can burn. But the artificial sweeteners, these will prevent you from burning. And they cause hardcore simple carb cravings and sugar cravings. And for people who are diabetic, find another way to get your sweet tooth satisfied, because scientific studies have shown the use of these artificial sweeteners will actually kick up your blood sugar level. So that it's not good for diabetics. Stay away from that garbage. Another cause for gaining weight or maintaining weight is getting older. And it just is. So, what that means is we have to, about every 10 years, as we're getting older, about every 10 years, we have to make some adjustments because we're going to be burning less because we're getting older. Our muscles just don't burn as fast. And that's just, I don't care how much you're working out. I don't care how toned your muscles are, how oxygenated they are. It's just a fact of life. We just burn less. So getting older is a cause. Another cause, and I know that a lot of you are going to be able to relate to this, is trauma. Not necessarily that you're going through trauma now, but even if you went through trauma 20 years ago, this could be holding your weight today. And it's a major cause for gaining weight and for maintaining weight. And it has nothing to do with how much you eat. Let me just put that out there, because I'm so tired of hearing that garbage. I am. Everybody's like, there's all these people that want to put the blame on you who are overweight. And to a degree, yes, but what's your fault is that you haven't found the cause yet and attacked that cause. But you just keep following me. Hit subscribe because you're going to learn some things that are just going to blow your mind. And it's backed up by scientific studies. I will always tell you, go to PubMed, read them yourself, read the studies yourself. You're going to see that I'm telling you the truth. So it just blows my mind, some of the things that we're teaching the public. Lies, I tell you, they're all lies. So trauma will do it. Another cause is, and I know no one's going to be surprised about this, but food additives. And on my list here, it says food additives that cause addiction. It's not really addiction. A lot of people have been led to believe that they are addicted to certain kinds of foods, or you think yourself you are because you just can't get enough of them and you always crave them, you got to have them every day or whatever. That's not really an addiction. It is caused from food additives, but it's the way that the food additives mess up your hormones. You have to understand that what you crave for eating has everything to do with your hormones. Your hormones tell you what to eat. Your brain tells you what to eat. And that's why you crave the foods that you crave. Does that make sense? So the foods that we crave, we're not even in control of. We have no control over it. None. So there's no such thing as food addiction. It's caused by food additives. And these food additives, these are things that, again, they're man-made. They're not really food. Okay, another cause is lack of sleep. If you don't get enough sleep, you're not processing your stress hormones and certain other hormones properly, and that will have you hold on to weight. It will store body fat. There's a certain burning process that goes on while you're sleeping. So if you're not sleeping a minimum of 7.5 hours a day, that's probably a cause for anywhere between 5 and 35 pounds of body weight. Amazing, right? So get that fixed, and that weight goes away for as long as you're sleeping right. So there's that. Another cause, and again, this is not going to come as a surprise to anybody, is stress. When we are not processing stress properly, we end up with an abundance of the stress hormone. And what that stress hormone does is, can you guess? It stores body fat. And it may even cause cravings when that hormone's out of whack. Because remember, it's when hormones are out of whack that we have cravings. Another cause is low self-esteem, and I've seen this so many times. And I see this in stories, people who telling their story, about their weight or anything, that they have very, very low self-esteem. They just believe they're failing. And these diets don't help you with your self-esteem, because basically what a diet plan says, or a weight loss plan says, is that you do what we tell you to do, and if you don't lose weight, you failed. Excuse my French, bullshit. That's bullshit. If it didn't work, the diet failed. The weight loss program failed. Not you, The only way that you can fail something is to not try in the first place. And we all go through periods of time where we're just like, give it up. I quit. I'm not going to try anymore. And you go through a period of time, because you have to have that break. Because why? Because you're driving yourself freaking crazy, trying so hard and getting nowhere. Or you try so hard, you get somewhere and then it comes back. So you got to have your breaks. But if you're watching this, then you're trying. So there's no way you failed anything. So these diets just feed into the low self-esteem. They just make the situation worse. Another cause, and this is, I'm not sure if I agree with this, but it's on, a lot of educated people in the area are saying this. So I'm going to throw this out there, but like I say, I don't think that I fully believe this, but it's food availability. But I guess maybe so, because it depends on what food is available, right? We are busier now than ever before. Even when we're being lazy, we're busier now than ever before. There's just so much more to do. And so we go for foods that are faster, easier and faster. And the types of foods that are faster and easier just happen to have a whole lot of preservatives in them, like man-made kind of preservatives. So maybe into that end, food availability is a cause. Another cause for gaining weight and for maintaining weight, and again, this might surprise many of you, it's your thinking. It's what you think about. It's how you think about. We are a product of what we eat, what we drink, and what we think. And there's a lot of science behind this too. You're going to find this in neuroscience, particularly the studies on the conscious and subconscious mind. So and that's big, and that's one of the things when I work with people one-on-one, that is one of the big things that I seek for first is their thinking getting in the way? A lot of times, yes. And some people, no. Some people, their thinking is not getting in the way at all. So that's not for everybody. But your thinking can absolutely be a cause of gaining weight and or maintaining weight. So another cause is, although I will never, ever, ever prescribe to anybody to count your calories, I will never do that. Never. But consuming more calories than you burn. So I'll never tell you to count your calories. Don't count what you're taking in. Don't count what you're burning, because all that stuff's inaccurate anyways. Those burning calculators tell you how much you're burning. It's inaccurate. That's not for your body. It's for somebody else's body. It's for some body back in 1836. And life was a whole lot different then. So, don't bother with those. And as far as counting calories goes, a container will tell you how many calories should be in that amount of food. Okay, and it may or may not be accurate, and it could be off by as many as 100, 200 calories. So there's no sense of counting it. Even if I did believe in the whole calories in, calories out, which I don't, you will find a video on my YouTube about that. Why it's inefficient, why you shouldn't count calories. But consuming more calories than you burn, on the simple end, yes, this here can be a cause. But we also want to look at why we're consuming more calories than we burn. Again, I think that's all hormonal. But that's only if it's like we're talking large amounts consistently. But again, I would never say to decrease your calories. And I would never tell you to work until you freaking drop out. Drop. No. Another cause is our emotions. And I know most of you are not surprised about this one at all. Emotions is boredom. Boredom will do it. Sadness, anxiety, anger, excitement, and even happiness. These things can cause excess weight. They can cause you to gain weight. They can cause you to maintain weight. Sure, part of it is because maybe you're eating more, or maybe you're eating more of not the right stuff. You're not eating enough of the right stuff. But the biggest thing about that is because it's triggering hormones. When you're having these kind of emotions, particularly like, bored, sad, anxiety, anger, these are triggering certain hormones in your body when you have these emotions. And those hormones will store body fat. So that's how it is that your moods will cause some weight gain or weight retention. Not just because you're eating more. It's because of what it's doing to your hormones. You need to know that. It's everything about what's going on inside of you. And another problem is aggressive marketing. This is another cause, and I do agree with this, at least to some degree. I agree that aggressive marketing, they push larger portions, for one, right? I mean, think about the all-you-can-eat buffets and the upsize and the king size and whatever like that. I mean, it used to be, I remember when I was a kid, you go out to get a burger, and that burger was 2 ounces pre-cooked. And then they got bigger. Then they're pushing quarter-pound burgers, and now you can go find third-pound burgers and half-pound burgers in a lot of places. So it just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. But we're Americans. We're Americans, and we just do this. If some is good, more is better, right? That's our mentality. It's how we think. And so this aggressive marketing really pushes that. That's kind of probably where we get it from. And not only that, it's pushing larger portions, which it does, but this aggressive marketing is also pushing man-made garbage for you to put in your bodies. So the preservatives, right? Artificial sweeteners. So that's the aggressive marketing has got you believing that these foods are healthier for you, when indeed they're not. And scientific studies show that they're not. Like with the artificial sweeteners, you know, like I said earlier, the studies show that they are not any better for you. In fact, the studies show that for a person who uses artificial sweeteners instead of natural sweeteners, they consume, on average, more calories a day than people who use regular sugar. People who drink diet soda every day consume more calories on a daily basis on average than those who drink regular soda every day. So think about that. So that's what aggressive marketing has done. They lie to us to say that, you know, the sugar-free is better for you. No, it's not. Because if they're taking something out of the food, they're putting something into it. They're putting something in if they take something out. So if it says sugar-free, there's some man-made garbage in there. If it says fat-free, there's some man-made garbage in there. Stay away from it. If it says sugar-free, if it says fat-free, stay away from that garbage. Except for dairy. Dairy's just skimmed off the top. They don't have to put anything in. Okay, another cause, and again, people are not going to be surprised about this, is medical issues. Medical issues like hyperthyroidism and Cushing's syndrome. These things can be a cause for weight. And a lot of people think they have absolutely no control over these things. So I'm going to say, I'm just going to put this right out here. I have never worked with anybody with Cushing's. So I can't say that absolutely I can help you if you have Cushing's. We'll try it. If you have Cushing's and you want to give it a try, I will work with you for free just so I can do my own study. Okay? And then you'll know if the sweep way works for you or not. So just throw that out there. If you have Cushing's, you get pro bono work from me. Hypothyroidism, I have worked with hyperthyroidism. It's not easy, but it can be done. Other medical issues on my list here is insulin resistance and leptin resistance. And these things are caused by man-made additives. Yeah. Because it causes us to eat more sugar things, and these are hormones being off whack in your body. But the good thing about insulin resistance and leptin resistance, 98% of the time, that can be corrected. Simply. It's simple. And it's unfortunate that doctors don't learn how to obtain and maintain good health. But they're too busy learning about diseases, drugs, and treatments. There's so much of that out there. That's what doctors do, right? Doctors find diseases and they treat diseases, and this is what they have to learn about. So they don't get information as to what exactly it takes to not ever get sick. Okay. Other causes is medications, right? Like steroids, antidepressants, birth control. There's medications that do this. And why do these cause weight gain? Because they change hormones within your body. So can you overcome the weight gain from these drugs? Absolutely. You can still be taking the medication and overcome the weight gain and not have to gain weight. It's just about knowing, like depending on what medication you're taking, what hormone is that affecting and how do we balance that out? Through food. It's going to be, what do you need to eat to fix this? Not what do you need to take out. What do you need to add? What do you need to increase? Okay. One of the biggest reasons is misinformation about health, nutrition, and weight maintenance. This is definitely on the top 3 for me. Reasons why people gain weight, why people maintain weight, why we can't get to a nice healthy weight is because of misinformation about health, nutrition, and weight maintenance. That's right. And it's not just that. I mean, a lot of the information is because the people that are putting it out are people that never studied it in the first place. You see all kinds of things written by doctors. Doctors didn't study nutrition. Right? They studied diseases and drugs and treatments. And doctors don't study weight maintenance either. They don't. They're too busy keeping up on what they have to keep up on. And we don't want them to take their attention away from what they're doing either. We don't, right? Because we want them to continue to be good at what they do. So when you do get sick, you want to be able to trust that your doctor knows his stuff. And that the doctor is current on it. So doctors are constantly learning. They are lifelong learners. They're constantly learning. It's required to keep your license because things are always changing. New things are always found. But now, aside from people pushing information that they didn't study themselves, because doctors just pass on what they learn, different things that sound good to them because they're not really out learning these things. But aside from that, there are those who outright lie to you about health, nutrition, and weight maintenance. There are a lot of people that will outright lie to you about what it takes to be healthy. I've talked to people that have gone to Weight Watchers. Weight Watchers is decrease your calories, increase your body movement, and they do this by points, right? Count your points, and you get this many points. And once you hit your points for the day, you're done eating for the day. What the heck is that? But what Weight Watchers is not pushing is to make sure you get enough vitamins, minerals, amino acids, enzymes, fiber, protein, and the whole list of nutrition. They're not pushing that. They're pushing eat less. No. No, you need to eat more. And there is a lot of research out there that's eat more. It's not about eating more of anything, right? Of course, you have to eat more of the right foods. But you don't have to consciously take out anything. Just add. Yeah, go ahead and enjoy your pizza, your burgers, your cookies, your cakes, or whatever. Just make sure you're getting your vegetables. Make sure you're getting your protein. Make sure you're getting your healthy fat. Make sure you're getting your fiber. Just make sure you're getting these things. Because if you're getting enough of all these other things, you can eat anything you want. Your body will flush out the garbage. That's how we're built. Okay, so I got one more thing on my list here. Is community, environment, and or socioeconomic factors. As far as socioeconomic factors go, when we take a look at the numbers, people who are overweight, obese, there absolutely is a difference between socioeconomic numbers. People who are rich, you're not going to find 40% obesity in people who are rich. People who are poor, you're going to find 40 to 50% obesity in people who are poor. And it's sad, but it's a fact. But people who are rich, they can afford to pay nutritionists and dietitians and things like this. They can afford the more expensive food, which is better, it's healthier. They can afford someone to pay somebody to cook for them, so they don't have to cook for them. So they can afford to eat healthier. Us poor people, we have to do all our own cooking, and some of us aren't really good at that, and some of us just don't want to take the time to do that. I mean, I'm okay at it, but do I want to go get in that kitchen an hour every day to cook dinner and then another 20 minutes cleaning up? Hell no. I got other things I can do. Other things I'd rather do. I mean, I'll do it sometimes, but you know. So that's socioeconomic factors. There is something to be said about that, and this is why that I like to teach the way that I teach and train people the way that I train people, because it is affordable. I got to keep it. I mean, you know, I was raising a family of 4 on very limited income. I had to keep it affordable. Okay, community environment is said to be another you know, cause for the weight problem, because some environments are just not conducive to regular daily exercise the way that we should. I mean, you can exercise in your living room, sure, but you're better off getting outside, you know, getting outside and walking, because then you're getting your vitamin D from the sun. In some areas, it's just not feasible to do that, you know. So there's the list. So I'm going to go over it really, really quick again, because, you know, I'm going to do this without going off on any tangents. Okay. I promise. All right. Again, lack of nutrition. Big thing. Diets. Weight loss diets. Artificial sweeteners. Getting older. Trauma. Current or past. Food additives. Lack of sleep. Stress. Low self-esteem. Food availability. Your thinking. Consuming more calories than you burn. Emotions such as boredom, sadness, anxiety, anger, excitement, and even happiness. Aggressive marketing that we're bombarded with all the time. Medical issues like hypothyroidism and Cushing's. Medications like steroids and birth control pills and things. Misinformation or outright lies about health, nutrition, and weight maintenance, and community environment and or socioeconomic factors of the community. And these are the reasons. Now, I just want to say here, did you notice that of all the reasons that I listed, I don't know, did I cover like 18 or something? I don't know how many I covered. But did you notice I didn't say lazy as the cause for being overweight, gaining weight, or maintaining weight? No, I didn't, because lazy is not a cause. And I know that because I am the laziest person I know. Not even close to kidding. And look, I'm not overweight. And I'm quite lazy. So laziness is not a cause. Eating too much, did you notice I didn't say that? Eating too much? No, these aren't the causes. Neither one of those two are the causes. So if you ever had that in your head, oh, I'm overweight because I eat too much, get that out of your head. I'm overweight because I don't exercise, get that out of your head. Those aren't the causes. So for a lot of people, that's good news. Because a lot of people some people are movers and shakers, right? They get up and they move and they exercise and they run around all the time, and it's great and they love it. And other people, they just, no. They enjoy just being still. They're more of the calm type. Either way, it's fine. You know, like way, way back, both kinds of people maintained good, healthy weight. Way back when the only thing that was available was real food, right? So those two, you know, lazy and overeating, these are not causes. In fact, overeating is caused by overweight. You don't overeat first and then gain weight and then become big. You become big first and then you overeat. We've been being taught this backwards because it's all hormonal. All right. So now I want to say, you already knew the problem wasn't your fault, right? Even if you're telling people that, oh yeah, I know it's my fault. Oh, it's because I eat too much, but I just don't want to give up the blueberry muffins, or oh, it's just because I don't exercise. Even if you are claiming that it's your fault, somewhere deep in you, whether you're aware of it or not, you know it's not your fault, because most people wouldn't choose that. There are some people that do, but most people wouldn't choose it. Most people would choose to be healthy and vibrant, right? So if not on the surface, then at least deep down you knew that the weight problem wasn't your fault. And it's not. And maybe now you can put your finger on some of the causes, you know. And I'm sure that there's more than just one. I have never worked with a single person who was overweight for only one reason. Never. Ever. There's always more than one reason. There's always multiple reasons. So the knowledge is power, I'm going to tell you, and it's the power to make incredible changes to take control of your good and wonderful life. Because that's what you're supposed to have. That's why you were put here on earth. You were put here on earth to have a good and wonderful life, to be healthy, to be happy, to be vibrant, and to do whatever it is that you are passionate about doing. That's why you were here. That's why you're here, all of us. So I hope this has helped to enlighten some people there, and I hope it's kind of exciting to learn, because the reality is this: once you know what the causes are, then you can start getting educated on those and get rid of them. And when you get rid of the causes, the weight just comes off. It's automatic. So if one of the causes for your weight is sleep, once you can figure out a way to get that straightened out, then, you lose that 10 pounds for good, right? If you have like 15 pounds, it's caused by stress. Once you learn how to process stress properly and balance out those hormones, you'll lose that 15 pounds for good. For good. Once you learn how to process stress, once you learn how to balance out stress hormones. This glare is driving me crazy. Okay, a little bit better. All right. A little better. It's only in the corner of my eyes now. So, in lack of nutrition, once you learn what nutrition it is that your body is lacking, then you just add that, right? And if your body is holding on to 20 pounds because it hasn't had enough nutrition, when you get that nutrition into your body, it's going to let go of that 20 pounds. And that's for good, as long as you keep putting the nutrition in your body. So I hope this excited some people. I hope it was very enlightening, and I also hope that maybe it might have helped to boost self-esteem for some people, because you just can't fail at weight loss. You can't. All right, so I'm going to sign off. It was nice chatting with you, and see you next time.